The photograph I'm looking at right now is 69 years old, and I still can't put it down. It's a black and white crime scene photograph, standard issue for 1957, Philadelphia, and what it shows is a cardboard box on the side of a road. A bassinet box, the kind that once held a baby's crib, sitting in a drainage culvert off Susquehanna Road in the northeast, surrounded by dead brush with snow still matted to the ground from a recent storm. That's the first image. The next one is the child. I won't describe it in detail, not because I'm protecting you, but because some images carry a gravity that language cheapens. What I can tell you, he's lying on his side. He looks like he's sleeping, except that nobody arranged him to look that way. He was folded into that box. His hair has been recently cut unevenly. Someone tried, or someone was in a hurry. He's 4 years old, maybe 5. The Philadelphia police opened a case file. Detectives worked it. The FBI got involved. Flyers went up across the entire city. And then, after all of that, nothing. Nobody came forward to say they knew him. Nobody claimed the body. He was buried in a potter's field, marked only as unknown boy. For almost 70 years, that's been his name, unknown. That's why I'm here. Here's what the official record gives me. And I want to be precise about this. The facts matter when a child is the subject. The body was found on February 25th, 1957 on Susquehanna Road, near the Ivy Hill Cemetery in Fox Chase, Philadelphia. According to available records, a man walking the area found the box and called police. The discovery location was a drainage culvert in the northeast section of the city. The medical examiner estimated the boy's age at somewhere between 4 and 6 years old. He weighed roughly 40 pounds. Documents indicate his hair had been cut after death, a detail that still stops me every time I read it. The cause of death: blunt force trauma to the head, though the ME noted evidence consistent with prolonged neglect and possible malnutrition. He was wearing a plaid, flannel shirt and blue jeans. Nothing else. No coat, no shoes. In February, nobody recognized the clothing. The FBI distributed flyers with a composite drawing of the boy's face, the kind that took a skilled forensic artist and took hours, and posted them in gas stations, laundromats, and bus terminals across Philadelphia and surrounding counties. Police made public appeals. Local newspapers ran the story repeatedly. In a city of 2 million people, not one person said, "I know that child. I pulled those original flyers from archive scans." The image strikes hard. A delicate-looking boy with large eyes and a round face. Someone cut his hair badly. Someone knew him. Someone put him in that box. And whoever they were good at staying silent. The investigative record from 1957 runs to hundreds of pages, and I've gone through as much as I can access. Partial records are publicly available. The Philadelphia Medical Examiner's case notes have been cited extensively in academic forensic literature. What strikes me first, they took this seriously. The detectives working the Northeast Philadelphia Division weren't dismissive. They ran down leads. They went door to door through residential neighborhoods nearest to the culvert. They checked missing persons reports not just in Pennsylvania, but across 4 neighboring states. Nobody had reported a boy matching his description missing. Think about that. 4 years old, missing long enough to show signs of malnutrition. His parents, whoever they were, had not filed a single report. One detail from the early canvass stands out. According to available records, neighbors near Susquehanna Road recalled seeing a vehicle parked near the culvert in the days before the body was found. The driver was never identified. The car went cold inside a weak dot in a case with almost no physical evidence. That sighting is both significant and maddening. The bassinet box itself gave investigators something to work with. Department store records connected the box to retail distribution in the Philadelphia metro area. Detectives went to relevant stores. They talked to managers. They pulled purchase records where they existed. Nothing conclusive came back. Here's where I hit my first wall. I was trying to pull a particular 1957 investigative memo. Seen referenced in a 1998 Philadelphia newspaper retrospective reportedly detailed a witness who'd seen a woman carrying a child near the culvert in the days before discovery. I contacted the Philadelphia Police Archives through their public records process. Weeks passed. What I got back, a notice that portions of the original case materials had been lost to archive conditions over the decades. 70 years old, and the record is already being lost. The boy's remains eventually went to a private cemetery company. Ivy Hill Cemetery, practically within sight of where he was found, took him. A small monument was placed. For decades, private citizens and detectives who couldn't let the case go left toys and flowers at his grave dot. I want to stay with that image. Strangers tending the grave of a child whose name they didn't know, because no one else would dot in 1998. The case shifted. A woman came forward claiming she had been in a foster care situation as a child where a boy matching the description had been kept. She described abuse. She described a situation that may have resulted in the child's death. She described the house. Investigators looked into it. They couldn't substantiate the foster care connection through independent records. The case went cold again, but then the technology caught up in 2019. The Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office partnered with forensic genealogy specialists to run a new DNA analysis on samples preserved from the original autopsy. The goal was simple and unchanged. Give him a name in December 2019. They did. The boy, America's unknown child, as investigators had called him, was identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli. The name came from genealogical DNA work, tracing relatives through public genetic databases. Narrowing down to a Philadelphia family. He had a name. After 62 years. Joseph. But here's what the name didn't give us. Joseph's parents have been identified. Their names are known to investigators, and according to public reporting, both individuals are deceased, which means that knowing his name is not the same as knowing justice. He has a name. The people who put him in that box may never answer for it. I went into this case expecting the identification to feel like resolution. That's the narrative, isn't it? You find the name, you close the loop, you give the family closure. I've covered enough of these cases to know it doesn't always work like that. But I wasn't prepared for what the identification actually revealed. I kept reading past the announcement, and what I found restructured everything. When genealogists identified Joseph's family line, investigators looked into the family history. What emerged, pieced together from public records, court documents, and investigative reporting, was a picture of severe domestic dysfunction. Reports suggest that the household Joseph was likely born into came to the attention of social services prior to his death, a child showing signs of malnutrition. In a home that social services may have already visited, his hair cut after he was already dead. by someone who knew him, who had access to the body long enough to do that. Before putting him in a box and driving to a road near a cemetery, someone cut that child's hair after he died. I keep coming back to that. I cannot build a psychological framework around that act that doesn't implicate someone who knew him well. That is not the behavior of a stranger. That is the behavior of someone performing a ritual of care or guilt over a body they were about to discard. Why? To make him look presentable? To make identification harder by altering his appearance? To do one final thing for him before leaving him there? I've put that question to two forensic psychologists whose work I respect. Neither gave me a confident read. One said it pointed toward remorse. The other said it pointed toward control. Both interpretations lead to the same unbearable place. I've gone through this case forward and backward. The physical evidence, the genealogical identification, the investigative history, the theories that have circulated for decades. Here's where I land. The identification of Joseph Zarelli is real and meaningful. That work done by forensic genealogists and the Philadelphia ME's office is legitimate science. It gave a human being back his name after 62 years. That matters. What the identification didn't do, answer the criminal question. Reports indicate his parents are deceased. Whether any other individual bears legal responsibility, I cannot say. And the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office has not publicly announced charges or a prosecutorial decision regarding this case, the competing theories, because there have been many. The foster care account from the late 1990s is worth noting, not because it was verified, but because it represents a pattern that appears in cases like this, a pattern where a child exists in an informal custodial situation outside official records. When something goes wrong, the adults involved have every incentive to stay silent. Whether that was Joseph's situation, I can't confirm. Records indicate the family theory is currently the strongest supported by the DNA work, but that doesn't categorically rule out a more complex custodial picture. The post-mortem haircut. I have to be honest, the evidence is strongly cited across multiple investigative accounts, but I have not personally reviewed the original ME report. I'm relying on documented forensic summaries and academic literature that cite it as established. Here's what I can say without flagging. The absence of a missing persons report is not a small thing. In the context of 1957, Philadelphia, a dense urban area with active local policing and a functioning social services network. A 4-year-old boy doesn't disappear from the record unless someone actively ensured he wasn't in the record to begin with. He wasn't missing to the people who were supposed to report him. He was exactly where they put him. That's not speculation. That's the shape the evidence makes. The thing I won't do. Tell you this case is solved. Joseph has a name, but a solved case implies accountability. It implies the law reached the people responsible and that justice followed. By that definition, the one that matters, this case isn't solved. It is identified. It is closed. Those are different things entirely. I come back to that photograph, the one I described at the start. The box on the side of Susquehanna Road, the dead brush, the gray Philadelphia winter pressing in from every side. He was there for days before anyone found him. In the cold, alone, in a box that was meant to hold something new, a crib, a bassinet, a bed for a baby, repurposed into something I don't have the right word for. 69 years have passed. The road still exists. The cemetery is still there, practically adjacent to where he was found. His grave has a headstone now, placed in 2019 after the identification. It reads his name, Joseph Augustus Zarelli. People still leave things there: toys, flowers, small American flags. Strangers who read the case and couldn't close the file, any more than the detectives could. I understand that impulse. Completely dot the question I carry out of this case. The "when I can't sit down" isn't about the investigation or the DNA work or the legal dead. Ends. It's simpler than that. And it's worse. In a house somewhere in Philadelphia in the winter of 1956 or early 1957, a small boy was suffering, visibly, in a way that would have been apparent to anyone who looked at him. And the people who should have looked, whether family, neighbors, social workers, anyone, either didn't look or looked and turned away. One person seeing him differently changes everything. That's not a comfort. It's an indictment. Not of a single individual, but of every structure that was supposed to catch a child like Joseph. Before he ended up on the side of a road in February, we gave him his name back. 62 years late. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know what enough would even look like. His name was Joseph. He was 4 years old, maybe 5. Nobody came looking for him. And I think about that every time I close this file and then I open it again. Dark frame. I'm Roy Holloway. If you know something, the Philadelphia Police Cold Case Unit is actively maintaining this investigation. The number is in the description. Take care of yourselves.